There was a time when an officer in pursuit had to wait for a suspect to give up, crash, or run out of gas. But now, law enforcement agencies are taking control, deciding when, where, and how to end the chase. This is where adrenaline meets precision.
Canadian County, Oklahoma. A deputy gets a call about a reckless driver on the road.
Be careful, real careful.
As the officer responds to the scene, he suddenly spots the dangerous driver headed straight toward him.
One down, now later hit you.
The deputy tries to create a roadblock, but the fearless suspect blazes past him. The driver leaves police in his dust. Officers don't know why he's running, but they know he means business. Police catch up at a traffic light. They try to cut off the suspect, but he dodges the lead patrol car and throttles past. The officer retaliates. His cruiser slams, knocking it headlong across the median. The suspect loses the hubcap, but not his nerve. He fights for control as he takes off again. The lead unit charges in for another strike. The shot sends the suspect skidding onto the shoulder. The driver corrects and pulls back onto the highway. The suspect can no longer steer. He rumbles off the road and bogs down. There's nowhere left to go.
Put your hands up, now! Keep them up!
And the young man finally realizes it. Livonia, Michigan.
Okay.
Just a few blocks away, two men are robbing and savagely beating a smoke shop clerk.
Be advised.
Within seconds, the suspects are spotted trying to flee the scene. Officer Anthony Bunnell quickly boxes them in. But they don't stay confined for long. Unbelievably, these two hell-raising thieves only stole a few cartons of cigarettes. But that's not going to stop them from driving like maniacs to get away. If these jonesing smokers are willing to take such drastic measures for a nicotine fix, there's no telling what they'll do for freedom. When traffic ahead of them refuses to clear, the suspects clear it themselves. The perpetrators muscle their way onto the interstate. When the suspects suddenly decelerate to make a turn, Sergeant Teeter moves in. A slight nudge is all it takes. With their car out of commission, the suspects try to escape on foot. But officers stop them dead in their tracks. The moment a chase begins, it's in danger of ending up like this. And sometimes it's a miracle if it doesn't end up much worse. Harriman, Tennessee. After nearly being run off the road by this reckless driver, a citizen dials 911. Police are dispatched immediately.
I've got a possible 1049 driver, female, apparently she is all over the road.
The first officer to catch up is Sergeant Brian Farmer, and this will be a pursuit he'll never forget. In fact, it's his first chase ever. He has trained for this moment over and over, but no matter how many practice runs he's made, this is the real thing. The freewheeling Batgirl charges right into the heart of this peaceful community.
Okay, she's coming up on the interstate, Super 8 right there.
These down-home drivers have no idea they're about to become targets. The driver was going too fast down the town's main drag. When the surprised trucker hit the brakes, the suspect had no time to avoid him. But there may be another explanation for her slow reaction time.
Alcohol down the floorboard. Yeah.
It's barely noon, and this driver is already blind drunk.
What you heard?
Fortunately, even though the woman hit the truck hard enough, driver walks away without serious injuries. But police know that one or both of the drivers could have been killed, and that's a chance they're not giving the suspect again. Most criminals on the run think only in the moment, without considering the full consequences of their actions. But some crooks seem to know the score all too well, and they can keep police guessing. Greene County, Tennessee. A parole violator and his passenger are on the run. His only chance of getting away is to outmaneuver or outfox the officer behind him. But it's not enough to give the officer the slip.
I ain't going nowhere, but come on, let's go.
Back on a straightaway, the suspect eases up. To the officer, it seems as though this guy is ready to stop.
What's your status,
He kicks it into high gear. The crook just misses a rear-end collision with one of the squad cars. Before, he was only outsmarted. Now he's also outnumbered, with the state police hot on his tail.
THP's taking over, so it's still refusing to yield.
Desperate to try anything, the crook tears across the median, headlong into oncoming traffic.
We're going the wrong way.
But the move is too much for the outlaw to handle. He veers back onto the right side of the road.
We're now entering Johnson City.
The suspect leads police into town, intent on losing himself in midday traffic. A highway trooper assumes the primary position. With open road ahead of him, the suspect illogically reduces his speed to a crawl.
If he slows, you know what to do.
Police don't understand the sudden change of behavior. It may be out of sheer exhaustion, or he may be planning his next outrageous getaway scheme. They soon find out that the fleeting moment is just the calm before the storm. Police are instructed to stop him using whatever force is necessary. A state trooper pulls up behind the fugitive.
Come to your left, come to your left.
The police cruiser moves into position, inching up on the suspect's right flank. Moments later, the opportunity arrives, and the officer makes it count. The driver makes a run for it, but police are on him in an instant. The passenger, a suspected accomplice, is also taken in.
You are going to jail now.
Joho baru Joho.
This thieves has a simple MO. One snatches a purse. With their nimble bike, they've successfully dodged police. Until today. These crooks have made an art out of blindsiding civilians. So these officers give them a taste of their own medicine. A uniformed officer arrests the driver. The freewheeling purse snapper doesn't get far before the cop nabs him. Police recover the goods, a businessman's briefcase. These crooks are caught red-handed.